95 Will Rock Daily Rewind.
This is one of the greatest moments in my life as a broadcaster. We welcome to the show Jimmy Hawkins. How you doing, Jimmy?
Hey, Merry Christmas. It's the holiday spirit time.
Merry Christmas.
Thanks for having me on.
I want to explain to you who Jimmy Hawkins is, Leah. What is my favorite movie of all? She didn't know we were talking to Jimmy. It's a surprise. What is my favorite movie of all time, Leah?
It's a Wonderful Life.
What was my dog's name? When my little dog?
George Bailey.
George Bailey. Jimmy, when I say It's a Wonderful Life is my favorite movie of all time, I'm not making it up. And I'm thinking about getting another dog. And you know what I'm going to call my next dog if I get one, Jimmy? You know what I'm going to call him?
What?
Tommy Bailey.
Tommy Bailey.
Little Tommy Bailey.
Well, feed him well, will you? Feed him well.
Jimmy Hawkins.
He'll be a good pal here.
He was Tommy Bailey in It's a Wonderful Life. I see that. I watch that movie every single year. My family always have. I've probably seen it 1,000 times. I'm pissed at Leah. Wow. She's never seen it. I don't know why she hates Christmas, but it is the greatest movie of all time. I consider myself George Bailey. I think I'm the luckiest man in town. Can I say something? Because of all the friends I have.
I've seen it. Never in its entirety.
I've never pieces of it.
Yes, I've never sat down and watched it from beginning to end.
Yeah. So Jimmy is
that's a treat.
Jimmy did a bunch of other stuff after that too, a lot of TV, and you're in Petticoat Junction, which is one of my favorite shows of all time. Yeah,
that was great fun, and then of course I co-starred with Elvis in 2 of his films, and that's the second thing everybody asks. How was Elvis?
How was Elvis? Yeah, how was Elvis?
A great guy. It was like going to fun, not to work.
Yeah,
it was great times. A lot of music, a lot of girls on the set all the time. You know, it was just a great experience, and he was a terrific person, very humble and just nice to work with, easy, and made you feel at ease.
He's the king and all, the king of rock and everything and all that, and blah, 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 and Elvis and all that. But let's talk about what's more important is It's a Wonderful Life. Because it's the 80th anniversary of the film next year, and I'm sure there'll be a lot of fun stuff going on with that. But I want to ask you, do you have, because you were really you were the little tiny kid in that, other than little Zuzu. Yeah. Do you have a lot of recall and memory of all that? What are your strong memories of that?
It's incredible. You know, I've done, like I said, 40 movies and 300 TV shows, and I see some of the movies when I was 7, 8 years of age, and I don't remember anything. But for some reason, I remember at 4.5 getting up real early in the morning. It was dark, and going out to the studio on buses and streetcars and getting to the studio in time, and then walking on that big stage where the Bailey house was all built and some real snow on the outside. And then we'd go to makeup and wardrobe and get ready to shoot. We shot for 12 days. And I remember vividly, like it was yesterday, Capra, squatting down and talking to me. I want you to tug on this man's coat and say, "Excuse me," right here.
Excuse
me.
See
where we are. And that's it. That's
Excuse
it.
me.
And then he'd always be giving me business to do. Put tinsel on your daddy's head. This man is your daddy. And all the different memories of Jimmy Stewart pulling me into him, and Donna Reed putting her warm hand on my cheek when George Bailey's going crazy in the house and kicking everything over. So many things. And I go, now, why do I remember everything minutely and don't remember doing these other films at all? And I was older. It must have been quite something to a little 4.5, because I had done other movies with Lana Turner and Lassie and all these things at MGM before It's a Wonderful Life. So it was special. For some reason, I kept those memories and can talk about them and share those stories with you of how it was on the set. I remember 10 years later, they were doing a new series called The Donna Reed Show, and they sent me out to play the boyfriend on the show, and I got the part, and it was the very first episode they ever made, and we were going to read the show around the table, and I saw Donna Reed at the other end, and so I walked down to the table, and I said, "How do you do, Miss Reed? My name is Jimmy Hawkins. I played your son, Tommy Bailey, in It's a Wonderful Life." And she said, "Oh, yes, I know they said they signed you. Oh, that's right. You know what? We had a name for you on in the movie with a little nickname." I said, "Oh, what was that?" "We used to call you Rip Van Winkle." I said, "Really? Why was that?" She said, "Because you were so cute. It was so warm under those lights. You would fall asleep, and they would light you and do everything, and then they'd wake you up, and you'd be bright-eyed and bushy-tailed and ready to do the scene. And that's why we called you Rip Van Winkle." And 8 years later, I was still doing the show.
There must be
just
so
hit
many.
It off great with her. Yes.
So many recollections like that and so you've put them in a book now. It's called The Heart of It's a Wonderful Life, by Jimmy Hawkins, who played little Tommy Bailey. How are you able to cull all those stories together and put them into a book? You must have so much history.
Well, I've written 4 other books, but this one is extremely different than all the others. The others are kind of talking to cast and crew members and the writer. What did he feel like doing the picture? And afterwards, now it's come big and everything. But this shows what it took for Capra to get that film.
Yeah.
And all the people that wrote this original story for Philip Van Dorenstern, he stuck with it. He was turned down by every publisher. He was a big writer at the time, but they didn't get it. And so over a 5-year period, he worked on it, finally took it around again, and it was, rejected. But he liked it, and he stayed with it, and he printed 200 cards up to send to his friends for Christmas of this greatest gift. And an agent got it and said, "I think this make a good movie," and she sold it to RKO. Now, RKO developed it with 3 of the biggest writers in town, and they didn't capture what was on that card. Yeah. All these people, Philip Van Dorenstern, RKO, could have quit at any time, and there never would have been It's a Wonderful Life.
Well,
and that's what this book is about. We all have our dream. We all want to do something in life. And so I show them how they can do it along with the way Capra did it. Capra was making movies. Making something else.
Whatever you're doing in life, right. Chase that dream and get it done. Yeah.
And do it your way. Don't listen to other people.
That's what I'm doing now in life, Jimmy, and you were inspirational. I got to go. You're supposed to be on with somebody else, I'm assuming, in a minute or two.
All right.
I don't want to eat up your time, but I just want to tell you it was an honor to talk to you. And with your permission, my next dog will be Tommy Bailey because you, excuse me. Right. That was one of the highlights. Thank you, Jimmy.
Thank you, guys.
You bet.
Thanks for having me.
There's Jimmy Hawkins, who was Tommy Bailey in It's a Wonderful Life.
95 Will Rock Daily Rewind.
Yeah, the mice moved in. You didn't know until they pooped in your house. A 500-pound black bear moved into a man's crawl space.
I don't want to learn that he's there. Well, actually, yeah, I would like to learn the same way. I would like to see the bear's poop before I see the bear.
Before you see the bear?
Because when I see turds that size in my house, I leave. I don't even care if it's like some human. I'm like, if he's pooping in my house, I'm leaving. Anything larger than mouse droppings, I'm
You're
leaving.
out of there.
I'm moving out. They're like, "You're going to get your stuff?" No, you can have it.
Well, the owner, Ken,
guy named Ken,
yes,
with a tricky last name.
Well, I'm trying to get your attention and speak at the same time.
Oh, you want this is the guy.
Yes, the homeowner, Ken Johnson, talking about the bear, and then a funny moment where Ken and the reporter...
A funny moment.
...try to approach the bear.
What?
It was really big. I've seen him before, but he was going through the trash. He's never done that before. And then the next morning I look, and he's coming out from underneath my house. So I went around there, and I just glanced at the hole from standing up, and I heard this horrible growl, like with a hiss, like, and I just ran.
I see it.
Do you see the bear?
Yes, the bear? I see it. Ken, are you okay?
He's coming.
No.
I dropped my glasses.
No.
What is animal control when you need them? Fish and game.
I'm going to pee my pants.
Why are they there, like, joking around.
Here,
like,
Mary,
yeah,
Mary.
yeah, oh, there it is. You know, this is how you. Did you see in the news the other day? Guy climbed in a lion enclosure at a zoo in, I don't know, Brazil or somewhere. Or Brasilia or wherever. And got killed, got mauled by the lion and killed.
Maybe he just had a lapse of judgment.
Or in the lapse, that's no judgment to me. But this guy, if there's a bear
living under your house in the crawl space,
leave. And don't go back until somebody professional tells you it's no longer an issue.
But instead, the reporter's there. They're all talking to the bear.
Hey, hi, bear. Oh, look at that. Wow, you're rearing up. You're 14 feet tall. Look at those daggers of nails you have. Oh, your teeth are razor sharp. Wow, you're coming for me. Wow, you run pretty fast for a bear. And then you're like, well, how did the guy die? Right?
Oh, my God.
I didn't know I was in danger. I want these people to get eaten just to teach them a lesson.
Listen, Ken Johnson said the first sign he had that an intruder was beneath his home was
a bear sitting on him, mauling him to death.
Back in April when he noticed damage.
April. Damage to what?
The bricks in the wooden frame around his crawl space.
It was an angry neighbor was like, I don't like your crawl space. I'm going to move your bricks. I'm going to move bricks? The frame of the house was altered.
Oh, man.
This isn't mouse droppings. This is the house is being torn down. Anything that can tear your house down, you leave. You figure it out. You don't go back. April. This guy's a moron. Hey, bear. Hey, there it is. Let me get a wacky interview with the bear. I don't know how he got killed.
95 Will Rock Daily Rewind.
When you go to the dentist, do you get laughing gas? Or have you ever?
I had to get, before I got my braces, so this is a long time ago, I had to have 2 teeth removed.
Yeah.
And they did it, I think that is the only time I ever had it. And they did it for that. And this is a guy just wrenching on these teeth to pull them out. Your head's going back and forth. He's got a player. it would hurt.
Your noises,
but crunch,
it's the worst.
The little roots going. And at the end, when I'm all done and I'm still dopey, I'm like, I'll come back next week and you can have a couple more if you want. I wanted to go back.
Right.
And do it again.
Prior to being medicated with my anxiety, I went and I had some work done, and the very next day it had fallen out. I had a filling fall out, and I had to go back in that next day. And I was like, I was just here. It took me everything to get through this. Give me the laughing gas. And that's the one and only time I've ever had it.
So when they did it originally, when they did the one that fell out, you didn't. So they did it while you were completely, but they used like Novocaine.
Yeah, they did Novocaine, but still, I came back and I was like, I know I usually don't do this, but I'm asking for it because I was just here yesterday. My anxiety is through the roof. I want the gas. I left there and I'm like, people, we need to have laughing gas incorporated into our everyday.
I don't know how dentists don't get high off their own supply.
Always.
They probably do, but it is, Well, laughing gas, if they offer it,
take it.
Take it.
A new study from the University of Birmingham.
Don't ruin it.
Finds that, no, I'm not going to. Good. This is happy. Inhaling nitrous oxide, commonly known as laughing gas, rapidly reduces symptoms of severe or treatment resistant depression within hours.
Well, obviously, but you can't go around and just be on laughing gas all the time.
Outperforming placebo in 7 clinical trials, patients experienced significant improvement after single sessions.
No duh.
With even better and longer lasting results from multiple treatments. This isn't just during.
So you have a little and then the rest of the time you're happy?
Yes, this isn't just during.
Sign me up.
So side effects were mild, nausea, dizziness, whatever.
Do you get the munchies? Because that's a side effect I get now with my happy medicine is the munchies. And that's why I'm a fat ass.
That's not the same. That's not the same happy medicine.
The munchies are
You're
doing
not
it to
taking
me.
like the.
Well, my question is, because I think that happy medicine's helping me. But my question is, drugs bad kids. Does the laughing gas? Do you get the munchies from? I gotta think you do.
I don't think you get munchies from laughing gas.
No.
Oh, right. I don't recall being hungry, but I also couldn't eat after.
Your teeth just got taken out. I didn't eat much at all after laughing gas. I basically just stood over the sink and bled, wondering when I could go back and get more gas. So are they thinking about doing this as a treatment?
They are not exactly there. yet, but they're leading in that direction.
All right.
That it could be a
Mine
possibility.
will be ready just in time for my euthanasia. So here's a little laughing gas.
Laugh on your way out.
And now we stop your heart.
I wouldn't mind that.
Whatever.
I
I'm
want
going
to
to
go out.
happy.
Yeah.
Go happy, sure. All right. Sign me up.
A little oral while it's happening.
Well, a little oral while it's happening. What did you just say? What? Can you be more specific? What do you mean a little oral while it's happening? Like, so I have a horrible disease and I'm being euthanized. It's right to die stuff and a little laughing gas and a little oral while it's happening.
I'm going to put it in my will.
If I'm going out, I'm going. What do we? Because I could use that now. I mean, whatever. Do we sign? Is there a sign up sheet or a volunteer? How do we get the? Who is providing this? Is that a hygienist or I don't know what's going on. Where do we get that? Because I don't. Or is it you have to have some? You have to bring your own. It's BYOO oral. They don't provide that. Well, if you find somebody that provides it, let me know. How did you get your job?
BYOO.
BYOO.
95 Will Rock Daily Rewind.
With the Sunshine State update.
I think they're stupid. Maybe it's because I can't
You're
afford
stupid.
one. Cybertrucks, what I'm talking about.
I don't. Yeah, what are they even? I don't even know what they cost.
I have no idea.
A lot, right? I'm assuming.
I don't care because I think they look ugly.
Yeah.
26-year-old man, though, in St. Petersburg, he's facing charges after he test drove a Cybertruck and then went a little crazy on it. Well, a Tesla dealership let him.
A what?
Tesla dealership.
Thank you.
What did I say?
A Tesler dealership. It's getting one of them trucks down to the Tesler dealership.
Man. Yeah, one of those places.
Yeah, a Tesler dealership.
I think I can combine Tesla and dealership together and got Tesla.
Well, where is it at?
We're in St. Petersburg, Florida.
They definitely referred to it at the Tesler
It's just
dealership.
the Tesla. Go down to the Tesla.
Down there to the Tesler dealership.
Well, these morons let him take one out for a test drive last month. And I say morons because...
We call that a test drive.
A test drive, yeah. He never brought it back. He drove it to his house instead and smashed it up with a hammer. An assistant manager tracked down the truck at Rochelle's house 2 days later, why is it taking 2 days? But either way, it was all ripped up.
You wanted him to calm down and put the hammer down. I don't...
Well, they hadn't known what he had done yet, but he smashed the rear view mirror, removed the GPS unit, ripped off one of the sun visors, and partially tore the front fenders off. The weirdest detail of this all by far.
There are a lot that it would be hard to choose from unless you're adding something that's really out there. I'm right now, before you go into the weirdest thing.
Yeah.
My weirdest thing, do you know what my weirdest, I'm going to write it down. Do you know what I'm going to make sure I get this right. My weirdest thing so far. What do you think the weirdest thing is so far?
That he ripped off one of the sun visors?
Sun visor, that's
Yeah.
what I wrote down. Who's angry at a sun visor and why? Your stupid sun visor blocking the sun out of my eyes.
I'm mad at my sun visor, but it's
Really?
because it keeps popping out and falling up, and I have to pound it into the ceiling.
Maybe that was the problem with this Tesla. We don't know.
He
All
just
right.
ripped it
so he's
off.
angry at a sun visor, and then also...
And then he filled both fenders with landscaping rocks and several, in caps, pairs of men's underwear.
This seems like a very specific plan he had.
Yeah. Do you think he went into it with a plan, or do you think that he just brought it
He's
home
just
and
grabbing
he's like,
whatever he can, and he had rocks and underwear. I got left his rocks and underwear. I guess I'll just stick it in the Tesla. That's all he had was a pile of rocks and a bunch of dirty underwear. He's like, I'm going to show them. I'm going to give them my rocks in my underwear.
no word on if they were clean or
Is there
dirty?
a why? Is there a why?
There's no why.
No, he just hates Tesla trucks.
Oh man, all of the new cars, especially Teslas, covered in cameras now. So there's even footage of some of this
Him
behavior.
sticking his rocks and underwear in the Tesla. It sounds like a porn. I'd like to stick some rocks and underwear in her Tesla.
95 Will Rock Daily Rewind.
Animals you don't want to poop in your house. Coming up from the Will Rock Morning Show.